Welcome back to the channel. Earlier this year, I put out a what's on my desk video, and there's a bunch of different things. I didn't even go over the chair that I have because it's kind of falling apart. I don't care for it at all. But today, I'm gonna get started. As you can tell, I've not put myself together today because I'm gonna be spending some time building, getting down and dirty, and putting things together. I purchased an Uplift Desk in 2021, and I got the walnut version, and I've loved the walnut version, and I've loved the desk. It's worked perfect, never had an issue with it. It's solidly built. Everything I could ask for was in this desk. There's pressure sensors in the desk, so even when there's a little monster like my 2-year-old or my other kids underneath and they're playing with the controller, and I'll talk about that in a sec, but if they're playing with the controller and it's lowering it on their heads, it'll stop. So if one sibling is trying to lower the desk on the other sibling's head, won't let it happen. It'll stop because it'll sense the pushback or the pressure, and it'll stop. But one step further is that the advanced controller that I got with this desk is really smart. It allows you to lock it. So when you lock it, it's kind of like your if you have an ice cube dispenser in your fridge, you could lock that. Well, same idea applies here. So you could just push a couple of buttons in a certain manner, and it'll unlock that controller. So there's dual safety features with this desk. It's great if you have kids, especially if you get the advanced controller with it. I think it's a $99 add-on. It might be cheaper, especially with Black Friday going on, but it's definitely worth it because this controller not only locks itself for safety, but it also vibrates as well. It'll give you standing reminders or sitting reminders as well. And you can program that for every 10 minutes, 20, 30 or so on, as often as you like. And it's super smart. So I just said I bought my first Uplift desk back in 2021. I really wanted the pheasant wood, and the pheasant wood is so beautiful. I wanted it, but it was on like severe back order, I think because of COVID. But I was able to get Uplift to send me a pheasant wood desk. So thank you so much, Uplift. This is an amazing desk. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous. It's whatever other words I can't think of at the moment, but I love it. It has a live edge. So instead of that normal table, every desk or table usually has a cut off squared look. This is more of a natural wood look. And I love that about tables and dining room tables too that have that, countertops. So I'm really digging this desk. This is top notch. Something else that I really love about Uplift is that their variety of accessories. So the grommet, and that's where you run the hole in desks where you run your cables through, like USB cables, things like that. So I have a grommet that it has a USB-A built in, a USB-C built in, for power, and then 2 power plugs also. So it's really convenient. You can customize your desk in so many different varieties. They even sell different types of under-desk drawers. So I have an under-desk drawer that has a key to it. Again, going back to my kids so they don't get into my drawer and start messing things up and taking things, running off with whatever's in there. So that's really convenient. It's not only a drawer, but the one I have also acts as like a little storage cubby too. So you'll see, I'll throw it up on the screen. Not only is it a drawer, but I also keep my little laptop sleeves on top of there as well. I might keep a charger on there as well, but you can keep whatever you want on there. So it's double duty, drawer and a little cubby. Something else that you can get is the headphone accessory. So the headphones are just hanging off my desk right here. I could just grab it, easily accessible. They have so many accessories. It'd take me forever to go through this on this video, but they have all these different wire management kits. Uplift sells these floor accessories, and specifically I have a little standing mat, so that's always nice, and that's a pretty typical standing mat. But what's really cool is they also sell this like kickstand, or not a kickstand, a kickboard that you stand on. And you could sit for a long time. That's why people get standing desks. But you can also stand still for a long time, and that isn't necessarily good either. And so there's this balancing board that you stand on, and it also kind of works on your balance, works on your core. So it's just another another way to not be sedentary and, and just sit there or just stand there. And it's just another great accessory from Uplift. Uplift Desk, thank you for sending me the Pheasant desk. I've been waiting 3 years for it. I've been wanting it for 3 years, and I got it, so thank you again. Next, let's talk about the monitor arm, because that's also a base or foundation to the desk, at least in my opinion, is making sure you have a great monitor arm. I already had a great monitor arm in my last video, but this one steps it up even more. What's really important is how sturdy it is, but also another very important feature for me for a monitor arm is cable management. And this monitor arm by Mountit has an extremely superb cable management system. Like I said, it's the most important thing about a monitor arm other than the sturdiness. Now this monitor arm holds my widescreen 38-inch monitor without any problems. I even have a Screenbar and a webcam sitting on top of it with extra weight, and it's super stiff. This thing is not going anywhere, and so I can put it the exact way I want it. I can move it around, and it's perfect. A unique feature about this monitor arm from Mountit is that it has RGB lighting. Now, I'm usually not into RGB lighting and that type of stuff, but the RGB lighting has 20 different modes. I really like the way they design the RGB going along the base of the mount and going up the arm. My kids actually asked me to keep it on as sort of a night light when they pass the room at night, so I just keep it on 24/7. My favorite RGB mode is the random mode, actually. Rather than have it on a blue or a green or a single color, I have it randomly shift through all the colors and light designs to keep it interesting. If you're in need of a monitor arm, this is an extremely sturdy monitor arm with great cable management. The RGB is just a plus. Even if you're not into RGB, this is the monitor arm to get from Mountit for its extremely high quality performance in properly holding and being able to maneuver your monitor to just the way you like it. Next, let's talk about the ambiance. So in my YouTube videos, I used to have it set up for, I think it was like blue and a purplish type of color and maybe a couple other different colors. And now I changed it up because I got a new desk. So it's it's a little different. It's blue, it's purple, and maybe a little bit of peach orange in there. And how do I do that? Because, well, I use a Philips Hue gradient light strip. So what's the difference between a regular light strip and a gradient light strip? A regular light strip will just have a single color. So you can make it blue, red, whatever you want it. But a gradient, that's stepping it up a level, because that will allow you to mix and merge different colors. And it's the Philips Hue app is really easy to use, and you could also set up automations to turn it on at different schedules or turn it off after a certain amount of time, like a timer. But the Philips Hue gradient light strip is what I use. I put it around this new desk, and I've loved it, and I'm still loving it. So check it out in the description below. I have a link, and I believe there's a Black Friday deal on that, along with pretty much everything in this video today. Now let's talk about the monitor itself. The monitor, it's an LG monitor. It's a 38WP85C. Say that 3 times fast. Good for you if you can. It's a 38-inch curved ultra-wide QHD Plus IPS monitor with USB-C 90-watt power delivery. So not only can you use it to view what's on your computer, but it'll charge your laptop too, up to 90-watt power delivery, which is a really fast power charge. It has several HDMI ports, has a display port, and I'm actually using, I'm not using HDMI or DisplayPort. I'm using the display over USB-C directly to my laptop. So I didn't even know that really existed until I got this monitor, that feature. So not only does USB-C charge my laptop, it also is the video interface that allows my laptop to go onto my screen. Next, let's talk about my OrbitKey desk mat. What's really great about this desk mat is not only does it look great, but it also opens up, and underneath you could put some documents, keep some papers underneath there. So it's a nice little storage for important papers or any papers that you might need to look at frequently or coming up. and this is made by Orbit Key. I love Orbit Key products. In my recent everyday carry video, I talked about their Key Organizer Pro, so you can check out that video here, and or maybe it's here. I always forget which side it is, and they have tons of great products. Next, can't use a computer without a keyboard or a mouse. I love Logitech products. A lot of people are into mechanical clicky keyboards and how it sounds. I could really care less about it. I'm more about the function of it, and perhaps maybe I just haven't come across one of those clicky keyboards yet. So maybe in the future I will, and I'll become a fan. But for now, I really like my Logitech products. I built my own computer years ago. I have a computer underneath, and if I ever get a minute to myself, that's when I'll play a game. Doesn't happen too often these days, but the reason I'm telling you that is because the keyboard and the mouse, they have 3 different presets for Bluetooth profiles. So I could say profile 1 is from my laptop, profile 2 is from my other computer down below here, and it seamlessly switches. What's really great about this mouse, this is the Logitech MX3, is that the scroll wheels, all these buttons, by the way, on here are customizable, and I love this scroll wheel. It's the best scroll wheel I've ever played with before on a mouse. But you can customize the scroll wheel and its tension pretty much. So it's super customizable, especially if you're doing any creative work or anything. It's really great, and I highly recommend the Logitech MX3S for your mouse and the MX Keys S for the keyboard. Now I have all these peripherals. I have my monitor. I have, you'll see in a minute, I have my headset that I use for work when I'm on Zoom. I have a bunch of different peripherals, and they all have to interface somewhere. And I interface that with my hub. It's from Ivanki, the Ivanki Fusion Dock Pro 1 Plus. That's a mouthful, but it's worth it because it's the best hub I've ever had. I've gone through several hubs. I've had monitor issues with many hubs. I've had charging issues with hubs, and this one is just perfect. I've never had any problems with it. What's really great, it'll charge your laptop at a blazing fast 100 watts. It has both an SD card and micro SD card slot, and I would say my favorite thing about it is that it has 2.5 gigabit per second Ethernet as well. So that's from Ivanki. I also made a video just on this, and I'll put that either here or here if you want to get a little more info on that. But it's my favorite dock or hub, I should say, and it's great. It runs perfectly. Now, I said this in my last desk video, and in this Desk 2.0, What's on My Desk 2.0 video, I've added speakers. My last video, I said, you know what, I'm not having speakers. It might be too loud for the kids, and I'm not having speakers. Well, when Fluence reached out to me about their AI61 powered stereo bookshelf speakers, I had to try them. Actually, what got me first is their beauty. I think they are beautifully designed, and I thought, wow, this will look great on my new desk that's coming in from Uplift. And so I got these, I just got these speakers, and not only are they beautiful, they sound amazing, and I didn't know what I was missing. I've been blown away with what I've been missing while listening to music, even when just lo-fi beats while working. I listen to a lot of lo-fi beats while working. These speakers are just eye-opening as to what I've been missing when listening to music. I know I sound like a broken record, no pun intended. I've just been missing how music should be heard. Now, all the music that I normally listen to have transformed by allowing me to listen to instruments and lines I haven't even heard before when previously listening to the music on my AirPods or maybe the monitor speaker. And just some tidbits about these speakers is that they've an integrated 120 watt amp. Now, the type of connections, I think it has pretty much everything you need. It even has Bluetooth 5. Now, I know that's not the way to go for audiophiles to listen to things over Bluetooth, but it is there if you need it. So you could connect and listen and stream over Bluetooth 5. It also has RCA, optical, and USB-C with even a subwoofer out port as well. I currently have it hooked up through USB-C. I think I'll get a better signal than connecting through Bluetooth on that. Now these speakers, it comes in 4 different colors. I chose the white and walnut, which I think are gorgeous, but they have 3 other colors as well, which look great too. So you check them out on their website. Now these speakers can be hooked into a stand if you don't want it on your desk or bookshelf or any furniture, which is nice. But what's really cool is that about these speakers, that even the enclosure of the speakers is tuned to have the perfect sound resonate from them. Now Fluence makes a smaller 5-inch version. This is a 6.5 inch version of the speakers. Fluence makes a smaller 5-inch version of the speakers called the AI40 ones. These are the AI60 ones, and that's if you want a smaller set of speakers. But finally, it comes with a remote. Where'd my remote go? Here. It comes with a remote that allows me to not only control the volume, but I can adjust the bass and the treble as well. I can control the playback by skipping or going back a track. It's super convenient, especially if I'm just sitting back in my chair. I could just control it with the remote. Last but not least, I play percussion, and I love to hear those crisp hi-hats and deep bass lines, and these speakers just transport me to another world and level of listening to music. So if you're looking for an amazing, immersive listening experience and soundstage, these are the speakers to get from Fluence, the AI60 ones. Normally this is not in a what's on your desk video, but I'll include it just like I did in my last video. It's my Ecobee smart thermostat with smart sensor. Now, there's these smart sensors, like this is what it looks like. I keep one in every room in our house, and what that does, it communicates to the thermostat, telling it how hot or how cold it is in the room, and the thermostat takes the average of all this input coming from the different rooms and makes your house the perfect temperature while saving power as well. So this is just, I think, a genius product. I'll leave a link in the description below, and the latest one, the latest Ecobee thermostat, now you can talk to Alexa, has Siri, Alexa, and Google built in, I believe. And then something I also keep on my desk is this turning candle light from Yeelight. It's called the Yeelight Candela Table Lamp. But let's get into my charging station. It's from Journey. It's called the Glide 4-in-1 Portable Charging Station. What's great about this is I have it set up on my desk right here. But I'll tell you what sets this charging station apart is that it has a built-in battery to be used as a power bank. So the built-in battery has 10,000 milliamp hours for plenty of charging capacity, and the charging station has little LEDs to tell you how full the battery is charged, so you know when to top it off if you're using it on the go. Now this charging station will charge your Apple Watch. It's Qi 2 compatible and charges your phone up to 15 watts. It also charges your AirPods wirelessly if you have the wireless AirPods case. But that's not all. It'll also charge a 4th device by USB-C. So this portable charging station, it's super convenient. It sits on my desk to charge all my devices when I'm here. And then I simply just unhook it from the USB-C cable in the back, and I bring it with me when traveling. I don't need a separate charger to take with me when I'm on the go. I just use this one device. So I don't need separate devices for when I travel or when I'm in my office, my home office, my other office. I just have this one device, and it's super convenient. So if I take everything off here, this is where your Apple Watch goes. This is MagSafe for your phone, and then right here is your AirPods. Now let's say, okay, I'm ready to go. I unhooked it. Boom, boom. There you go. It's this little device. It looks more like a power bank now. And then here's the LEDs right here to tell you how charged it is. So this is it from Journey, the Glide 4-in-1 portable charging station. Next up is the Kuxu, I hope I said that right, Kuxu X36 Pro Max magnetic iPad foldable stand. Now that's a mouthful, but just like some other items I talked about in this video, it is definitely worth it. This thing is super strong, very sturdy, and it is amazing. So first, let's start, why is this thing amazing? So it's an iPad clamp stand for your iPad, and it's compatible with a bunch of different iPads. You just go online and you tell it what iPad you have, and they'll send you the correct iPad stand. It clamps to a desk, and it's magnetic. So you just put your iPad right up to it, boom, it's in there. And just to give, here, you know what, I have my iPad for notes. I don't know if you can see this. There it is. It's magnetic, pops on and off real easily. But that's not the best thing about it. While the stand is super sturdy, what's really nice is that it has built-in charging. Now, how is that? Well, on the back of your iPad, like I have the M4 iPad Pro 11-inch, there's that smart connector, and they figured out a way to have that built in and charge through that smart connector, which is normally where like a keyboard will connect to your iPad, like from Apple. So it has 18-watt fast charging, connects to that smart connector for rapid charging, and while it does that, it keeps your USB-C port on your iPad open. So if you use your USB-C port, not just for charging, but to plug in hubs or extra storage, that's still available to it. So that's a big plus. It's super strong, and the magnetic hold on it is also really strong. It has a premium build. It's made from CNC aluminum alloy for durability and a high-end feel, and it really does feel great. It's super sturdy again. There's multiple adjustable points, so I could look, if you see, I could move it all different ways around. It'll go up, down, all around. I just like to keep it below my monitor. That's just my preference. And then it also comes with cable clips and nano double-sided tape for tidy cable management, which is really cool of them to do, to include that. Now, as I mentioned, it comes in a bunch of different compatibilities, so you just pick which iPad you have and they'll send you the right one. So thank you, Kuksu. I'm sorry if I said it wrong, but thank you, Kuksu, for sending this to me. This has actually been great for productivity, not just productivity, but for fun. So if I'm doing some work on my computer and I'm using the full screen for work purposes, but I want to have maybe like a show going on in the background to watch, I just put it right here and I watch it, and it's great. Or for productivity purposes, I use Sidecar, so I could drag and drop between my monitor and my iPad and use it as like a secondary monitor. So again, Kuksu, thank you for sending it to me. It's been a game changer on my desk. Now, it's always important to have a tidy desk, and for this video, I didn't do the best job of that. I wanted to get this video out, so there is some more cable management I have to do, so I am guilty of that, but thankfully, it's still somewhat tidy. Thank you to a company called Magtame. And what Magtame sells are these magnetic tangle-free cables. So let's see here. So they sell cables just like this, and they sell a 60-watt version all the way up to 240 watts. I think my 16-inch MacBook Pro charges at 140 watts, so this is like really, it's overkill. But what's great is you don't get tangles, and it just collapses on itself. If you see here, there you go, it's magnetic. I can make it a little smaller if I want, but the cables here, the cable is magnetic. There you go. So it's really tidy. It sits on my desk, but it's also great for traveling as well, just to keep in your bag nice and tidy. Magtame makes braided and silicone versions of their cable. Now, Magtame also makes this is a USB-C version, but they also make it in a Lightning, and they even have a Duo version that works with USB-A devices. Also, they even make a flat cable rather than a typical rounded cable. I have the rounded cable, but they do make a flat cable as well. Again, this is super convenient because you won't have loose cables all around. It wraps itself into a magnetically perfect circle. So thank you, Magtame, for sending this to me and keeping my desk and bag tidy. Now, in my last video, I had a laptop laptop holder. You just put the laptop into it and it holds it. And then I would plug in all my cables, one for to charge it, one for my dock, one for my monitor, things like that. But I've upgraded, and thanks to a company called Ascrono MacBook docking station is what they sent me. So thank you, Ascrono. This is the perfect and innovative docking station. It's compatible with many different MacBook models. And what's really cool is that you just plug in your MacBook's charger and any USB-C items into 2 of its USB-C ports, and you're good to go. So if you need additional ports, you can use your own USB-C hub, which is what I do. And I plug it into the docking station. And if you need one, you don't have one, there's Ivanki, which I talked about earlier in this video. Or Ascrono also sells their own, which is supposed to work perfectly with it. Now, I love the slide in and slide out design. It's so easy to just slide in when needing to use my monitor and peripherals, and just as easy to slide the MacBook out when needing it on the go. I have the MacBook Pro M1 Max, and Ascrono sent me the docking station made just for my MacBook Pro 16-inch M1 Max. You just select on their website which MacBook you have, and you'll get the perfect size docking station. Don't fiddle with other docking stations where you have to plug in a couple of items, lose the cords behind your desk when you unplug it. You need to get the Ascrono docking station where you never have to touch any cords. Just slide it in when you need it and slide your MacBook out when you're done. It's the perfect match for your MacBook. So thank you, Ascrono, for sending it. It's been a game changer in ease of use. You just slide the MacBook out, slide it in when you need to hook it up to your monitor on your desk. It's that easy. Thanks again, Screwno. Next, it's an oldie but a goodie. It's my headset, my Jabra Engage 75 mono version. And this, I think it's on its last leg. I've had this for years. What I love about it is not just this, but the stand. You could program it, like it says right here, Mike's headset. So this is the Jabra Engage 75. I think they still sell it. I'll put it on, I'll put an Amazon link so you can see it. Over the years, it's been perfect. Everyone says I sound super clear. I hear everyone super clear. It works perfectly with all the different video platforms like Zoom and Teams and everything. And it has an amazing battery life. Now it is a little older, but I think it's really worth getting, even though it's old. Unlike most things in technology, you always want the newest and the latest and the greatest, but this is really an amazing piece. What I'll do is, for anyone who's interested in something like it, but newer, I'll also include a link for that as well from Jabra. I've been really impressed by Jabra products. Now let's talk about a webcam. I think talking about webcams usually are kind of boring, but this one's actually really exciting. It's from a company called Insta360, and I've recently been given, not the webcam, I bought that on my own because I really like the company and I just wanted to get it on my own. The company did send me a couple of their other cameras, like the Insta360 X4 and the Go 3S, and I do have videos on that on my channel, which you can check out if you're interested. They're great for vlogging and for vacation trips and things like that. They have really unique features. But let's talk about the webcam, because this is not just your typical webcam. Yes, it has 4K, and yes, the detail and the quality is amazing. But what's really cool about this webcam, it has AI built in. So it has AI tracking. It tracks your face. If I'm moving around while presenting something on Zoom, it will follow me around, just like the latest iPads with Apple. So it does have some amazing AI built in. Now, what's really cool is that on some of my videos, I'll have a top-down view. And most of the times, I'll use my camera with a tripod to look down, or I might use my phone to do it. But with the webcam that's sitting right on top of my monitor right here, it has a top-down desk view mode. So it has it built in. And even though it would be at an angle, it makes it look like it's right on top. So if you're doing any product showcases or anything, or you just need to record something on your desk looking downwards, it's in your webcam built in, and you can manually move it around. You can mess around also with the picture settings like exposure, contrast, saturation, things like that. So this webcam, it's amazing. The Insta360 Link, they just came out with the Insta360 Link 2, and I'll include an Amazon link to the link to the latest version. If you have any questions, let me know. But this is an amazing, amazing webcam. It's definitely worth it, and I highly recommend it. Here's something that's been overhyped amongst YouTubers, but I really love it. And it's the BenQ Screenbar Pro, this thing that sits right on top here on my monitor. This thing provides really great lighting. The way that it lights up my desk is just perfect. It's not harsh lighting, it's adjustable. And what's really cool is that it has this wireless remote control. It's a little puck. And you can change the, not just the brightness, but the warmth. You can make it like a brighter white or a warmer tone color or a cooler color. And so that is just, I think, a great purchase I've made. I've had it now maybe about a year or so. And it also has an automatic feature. So it'll detect your lit surroundings and it can adjust on automatic. I don't have that feature on, I just manually do it myself, but it's a really, really great, I think, ambiance setting. In addition to the Philips Hue Lightstrip, it's really great for on-desk ambiance. When it comes to smart homes, I'm a Google Home fan. I used to have Alexa, but I switched to Google Home. I'm just more in the Google ecosystem. For my phones though, and laptops, I'm in the Apple ecosystem. But I still don't think the HomePod and Siri is just there just yet to control everything in my home. So I'm with Google Home. I have a Google Nest Hub. So that sits on my desk. When someone rings my doorbell, which is also a Google product, Google Nest doorbell, I think it's called. It pops up right away and it tells me, or it shows me who's there, and I can communicate with them as well. Also, I have Google Nest cameras outside my house and around my house. So I could just say, hey, show me the driveway, and it'll show me the driveway. So I really like this. There's something really cool about it. I have it set to show me the time, not just the time, but there's something called the weather frog. And so when it's raining, it'll show the frog maybe taking cover from the rain. If it's snowing, it'll show the frog sledding, and my kids love it. So I have one of these Nest Hubs also out in the kitchen, and the kids just love seeing the Google Weather Frog and what it does during different weather events. Now finally, I think another boring item to talk about, which normally isn't in what's on your desk videos, are air purifiers. So I have something called the Ecobee Air Mega, and we have fires in where I live, especially during the summer, and the air quality is usually terrible. So I've tried several different air purifiers, and after researching and trying different ones, I noticed that this one, the Ecobee Air Mega, makes the most difference. It also has a color light to indicate the air quality, as well as an ion setting and sleep timer, even though I just keep mine going 24/7. So it'll also tell you when it's time to change the filter, which is nice. So that's the Ecobee Air Mega air purifier. Thanks for watching my video. There's tons of Black Friday deals going on. I have many links in the description below, with some of them with codes, coupon codes. If you have any questions on anything, I read all my comments. Feel free to leave comments below, and thanks for watching.